It's Will, the Yugen Bliss, the road to happiness. Just like the title says, first one in, come on in, let's talk. Um, Maybe you can get to know me a little bit better, and maybe my community can get to know me a little bit better. Um, I don't know what to say, really. I'm just here. So, so I mentioned yesterday, um, I had a litter of unexpected puppies. My brother, when he moved in with us, uh, didn't realize his dog was pregnant. Well, I don't know if that's the case either way. It doesn't matter. It came in that way. So anyway, um, so we got rid of 4 puppies out of 7 so far. And then my daughter picked one up last night. And I happened to keep the one that I wanted. So I ended up keeping the tricolor puppy. And I'm so grateful for it, actually. And her name is Allie. And I'll be doing some videos with her on my channel. She's such a beautiful soul. We've connected. I don't know if her soul connected to mine or what, but it happened. So anyway, there is a link down below, guys. Anybody that wants to join me on the live and maybe ask me some questions and try to get to know me a little bit better. Simple Meals, thank you for coming in, sweetheart. I appreciate you coming in. Good morning. Sam, good morning, buddy. I don't like gloves. And I'm happy that you enjoy your gloves, and whatever makes you happy is what makes me happy, my friend. I do have a first aid kit and I do have gloves in it, but I'm not going to waste it on a video because there might be a need if I'm on the road and I need to perform first aid for somebody. I need a pair of gloves, so I leave my gloves in my first aid kit for emergency purposes. I apologize for the inconvenience, but anyway. Thank you for coming in, Sam. I appreciate it. Uh, I really do. And Simple Meals, thank you for coming in and talking and hanging out. We both support each other. Uh, you're a beautiful soul. So yeah, so I got a new puppy. Um, I can't wait to show her on my channel a little bit. I'm looking forward to that this summer. Um, so yeah, a lot's been happening in my life. It's a surprise. I don't know where this power is coming from. I do know where it's coming from, but I don't understand why it's been granted to me. Does that make sense? Because I everything that I've done in my life, I've always served others. I've always had that sense of being my purpose. Uh, to give you a little bit of backstory about me, I married my high school sweetheart. We're still together today, and we raised 3 beautiful children together. And now I'm raising my grandson. It's not what I expected my life to be. You know, I expected me to be doing other things in my life, but I got thinking yesterday for a long time about um, asking myself questions, and I asked myself this question: if there was anything in this world, Will, what would you want? And I can honestly tell you out there, everybody in this community, I have everything that I actually need. I don't believe that I need anything material to make me happy. Material items on this planet are designed for us to bring us a little bit more joy in our lives. They weren't there to create happiness. Creating happiness is within ourselves. And I've come to realize this process through asking myself questions. And these questions have led me to this decision that I've made in my life, that I'm grateful for the car that I have. I'm grateful for the home that I have. I'm grateful for being in the situation that I am in, taking care of my grandson, taking care of my wife's needs. And the only question that I have is how come I haven't taken any time for myself and taking time for what Will wants and what his needs are? And sometimes you have to really ask yourself this question. You're doing so much for everybody else around you that you need to stop and realize you need to take time for yourself, and you need to unwind. And for me, this has been the hardest part for me to manage. I really love and enjoy YouTube so much. YouTube's given me so many opportunities. And in the first year that I was on YouTube, I was married to YouTube. Literally married to YouTube. I produced, I don't know, it was at least 7 or 8,000 videos within like a year and a half. So it tells you right there that I was completely addicted, obsessed with YouTube, thinking that this was something that I really wanted to do, and this was something that I really loved and enjoyed. And things were going really well for me for a while, for about a year and a half. And then a sudden stoppage, a sudden dark cloud started appearing. And I was like, I don't understand why this is really happening right now, but now I do understand it. I completely understand it. There was powers beyond what I could see at the time that was preventing me from going forward and trying to keep me stuck within so I couldn't go and reach that success point that I had already had thought in my head that I'd already been at. So I had to do a complete 180 in my life. And I started really realizing and thinking that nobody can really stop me from doing anything that I set my mind and my heart to. And I still love YouTube, but I've learned to manage YouTube. And I learned, because I spent a lot of time trying to promote other people's channels for 2.5+ years. It wasn't for like the last 6 or 7 months when I realized that I'm going to just concentrate on myself and my channel and what I really enjoy doing. So I went on this kick and I did 100 poems in 100 days, thinking, oh, wow, what the hell? I'm just going to try it. And I really enjoyed it. I really loved the part of it because I had already been writing for the last 3 years. I mean, writing to my heart. I got notebooks full of writing. But my confidence wasn't there. And so I eventually, as I started doing my poems every single day, I started getting more confidence. And then I started saying, maybe I ought to do an audio. So maybe I could work on my confidence of my voice and presenting the poem. And then I added that to the part of it. And then I started thinking of other creative things that I could do. Maybe I could add a creative picture to what relates to the poem that I'm saying. And so all this stuff has evolved because I allowed the opportunities that were presented to myself and was able to let go of any doubt that I had about myself and just said, I trust in this faith and this idea that's coming to me. So I'm just going to let it go and I'm going to see where it goes. And, I'm behind the camera again, and I feel more confident about being behind the camera again and where I was when I first started. And I probably wouldn't be here without making the decisions and following the direction of my divine consciousness and letting me know that everything's going to be all right. Just go and express a part of you that no one on your channel has ever seen. Do something outside the box that nobody on your channel has ever seen. Start doing things other than just showing OE on my channel or showing dogs or showing pictures or memes. Show the world a part of me, Will, and what I have inside and what I can share to the world. Now, poetry is not for everybody, but for me, poetry is an expression of my feelings and what I'm feeling at the time and what I'm going through my healing processes. So for me, poetry are words coming out of me for healing. And maybe my words can resonate to somebody else. It wasn't even about that, but if it happens, I was okay with that. But as long as my words are being thrown out to the universe, I know that someone's going to understand the vibe and the energy and where this poem is going to take them. So this is why I kind of did this. I'm not saying this is going to be the regular routine on my channel, because I can't guarantee anything. Life is constantly changing. I'm constantly changing. I can't set myself and put myself in a box and label myself as a poet or a writer or a photographer or a vlogger or anything like that, because once I start doing that, I'm starving my opportunities. Now, everyone out here has a niche on their channels. I love that. That's amazing that you guys can take your talents and show the world what you enjoy. That's amazing. Completely amazing, in my opinion. But as far as me and my perspective on where my journey and my vision is, I love cooking. I love travel. I love adventures. Dude, there's not anything in this world that I can't see love in. I love the opportunity that I can see love in everything. I love the opportunity that I can wake up and take a picture of a beautiful sunrise and see the love and the expression of that within myself and be able to write a poem about it. I love the fact that I can come in here and see a few people that can kind of resonate to my energy and where I'm coming from, and actually have the willingness to take a couple 30 seconds or a minute or two out of their day to try to get to know who I really am. Because I'm not a person that's going to stand here and say, hey, look at me. Hey, look, I got 14,000 subscribers. Come and see me, you know? I'm not the guy saying, hey, like, subscribe, share, whatever. Dude, you guys can do whatever you want on my channel. This is not who I am. I'm not a guy that needs to say, you got praise, buddy. You're a great guy. Oh, come on, keep it up. No, because you know what? I'm a guy that other people can see right through that. And they get so angry and so upset that I don't have to do that. And I don't understand why that brings them greater joy to see the anger they have for me, for who I am, which I don't even see that in you. I don't go to anybody whatsoever and condone you or your channel whatsoever. I don't do it at all. And so this has been a really big pet peeve about mine, because I know that this is not going to be what people think that it's going to be. But the problem is I'm not going to attack anybody. I am who I am. And this is why my channel is being successful. My channel is, I mind my own friggin' business. And I go and I help and I share people that are on my level. Now, we have people that come into our lives that quickly go right out. Now that I'm sensing and vibing people's vibrations, it's a completely different world for me. Because it will only take me a couple minutes to realize that someone's putting on a show in my face. Because they can only do it for so long. And then if I can stick around a little bit longer, you're going to start seeing that person's real colors and real show. You're going to see me, right? You're going to see me, and I'm going to be who I am, even behind your back. Even behind my back, I'm not going to change who I am. Period. This is who I am. Now, if you guys can't understand that, then I don't know why you're even here on this channel. I don't understand why you're even listening to me. Other than the fact that you're trying to get something dirty on me and try to use it against me with all your other community friends. But you know what? Starting to figure out, all your community friends are starting to realize that the things that you're saying about me are far from the truth. So remember this. What you say, the guy that's got the biggest voice in the room, that's the guy you should be worried about. That's the guy that thinks he knows everything. Okay? I'm not that guy at all. But I am that guy that's got confidence now. And I know I'm that guy that can stand up here without being egotistic, standing in my own power, and I can call you out. So at the end of the day, anybody that looks at my channel and comes on my channel, the first thing they're going to see is love. And then they're going to see this long phrase, what the hell is Yugen Bliss, the road to happiness? Well, I don't know. If you don't want to know, then you won't. Because everything about me is on my channel at 8.5 thousand videos. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. I can figure out all the ones that do give a shit about me, that care about me in this community. Now, YouTube's a great tool if we're using it in the right way. And it's time for all of us to start realizing, how are we using YouTube? Are we using it to make money? Are we using it to do everything we can possibly do to cut someone else's throat to gain an extra view or an extra subscriber? Or are we doing it because we're trying to spread love, joy, peace, and happiness, and trying to grow together, and trying to show success within ourselves, and showing success in supporting in whatever way that may be? Now, I may not go to everybody's channel every single day because I've stopped doing that. It never worked for me. I saw what it did to me. It wore me the hell out because I tried so goddamn hard for everybody for 2.5 years. I shared over 1,000 videos of other people's videos. They're in my playlist. I'm not denying. This is no lie. This is straight up facts. Everything that I'm saying on this video right now in this live is complete facts. I've stuck my neck out for a lot of people on YouTube. And it's not gotten me anywhere but been driven down, humiliated, made fun of. So I don't have a bitterness for it. I've learned to let it go and concentrate on the most important thing. It is why I'm here on YouTube, why I'm doing what I'm doing on YouTube. I'm doing it for myself. For the first time in my entire life, in the 3 years that I've been on YouTube, I'm finding by me doing what I'm doing on my own without anybody's help. No one's helped me get 14,000 subscribers. And people can stand up and start saying, oh yeah, well, we come and see you. How many of you since the beginning have been here since 3 years? That's the question I have to ask everyone. Because the point is, I can only tell you there's probably only a handful that actually communicate. And I can name them all. And there are ones that come in and sneaky just come in and watch my videos and don't bother to like or comment because they're a coward and they don't want to. They don't have they don't want me to see who's watching. And that's fine with me. That's okay. I understand it completely. And that's okay with me too. So from here on out, I'm going to do real videos. I mean, completely real, raw, uncensored, uncut. And I'm going to tell you what I think and how I feel at the time. Because my life's evolving every single day. Right now, I to be honest with you, I don't have time to be on YouTube all the time. Because of my healing process. I do a lot of vibrational healing for myself. And in the last 5 years of my life, I've lost over 150 pounds of weight. But I don't go on there and tell you guys that because it's my business. This is my healing process. I'm not ready to come out here and tell people the world all about me. I'm a mystery. And it's not because it's because of my personal traits. It's my zodiac sign. It's who I am. I can't control who I am. Who I am is who I am, and I stopped controlling that. So at this point in my life, the process that I'm in right now is amazing. I couldn't be I am so happy to be on the planet Earth right now, being who I am, because I experienced something so profoundly that there is nothing on this plane that can really explain anything that I can tell you what I've experienced. That's how profound it's been. So Friday, my brother's got a major surgery coming up. Unexpected, you know. I could take this and be all down on myself and saying, oh, fuck, man, here we go. I got to take care of him. He ain't going to be able to do anything for 6 months. He's getting a total rotator cuff surgery on his shoulder. And he happens to be living with me. And here's another thing, guys. I quit my job 7 years ago. I haven't been working. So I have no income, nothing whatsoever. So anybody out there that's worried about Will making money, Will's not making any money. Okay, I'm not making any money whatsoever. I do not have an income. My wife is the source of the income of the house. So you guys can look at that any way you want, okay? So whatever I'm doing in my life, I'm doing it without any money. I'm taking care of my brother without money. I'm doing all this stuff without making money. This was the biggest adjustment in my life that I ever had to go through. I worked 25 years of my life. And then one day I just listened to a voice. God said, you know, you're done. You're not working for the man anymore. You're going to figure it out, but you're not working anymore. So what did Will do? Will quit. And on top of that, I was a heavy drinker at the time, drinking a 30-pack a day just to get through my day. I was a functional alcoholic. I was basically had a job to pay for my alcohol problem. My wife's money paid for everything else. But I was getting so friggin' sick and tired, and God knew it. So God's like, dude, we're going to eliminate 2 problems at once. You're going to quit drinking and you're going to quit your job. And guess what, Will? On top of that, you got a grandson in the way that your daughter doesn't want to take care of. So guess what? You're taking care of a little baby again. And this is after all my kids have grown up and moved out of the house, guys. So all these major changes in my life has brought me to the point where I am now. And it's crazy. It's completely crazy. And I hate using the word crazy, but it's a miracle in so many ways. Making this world work without having a drop of fucking money, man. Think about that for a second. Here I am, and I'm still being provided because I know my needs are always met because I'm doing the right thing. Always, in my mind. I'm being divinely guided to do the right thing. And I always got this sense of feeling that I'm divinely protected every single day of my life. And I can go to another story. I can go all the way back when I was a kid, okay? Since a baby child. I'd never had a mother and a father, bro. I never had a sense of family stability. No wonder I was an alcoholic. So all these things, I could keep going on and on. I ought to write a book. I really should. But to me, it's irrelevant. I mean, whatever happens in my life is what's supposed to happen. I don't control my life because I realize that it's not controllable. Things are going to come into our lives that we have no control over. But the problem is to make yourself a good leader and a good boss of your own family, because your family is a business. No matter what way you want to look at it, you're a business. Your household's a business. We all have a social security number that's active on the stock exchange. And if you don't really believe me, you are all worth probably around $9 million if you want to really go look up the information I have. Because we work for the corporation. We work for the United States Bank. It's an institution. Whether we want to believe it or not, we're forced into this friggin' society. We're forced to go out there and make $1. Because if we don't make $1, we're going to be homeless, right? We got to live. But look at me. I'm living. And I'm not homeless. So I don't know what to say. It's a question. Is this theory and this reality really what it is? Or is it a perception of what they want you to believe it is? Now, you can form your own reality easily by conforming to their reality and really believe that All homeless people to be honest with you, a lot of the homeless people aren't where they want to be. They're there because they're forced to be there. Who's forcing them to be there? Who's put them in a position to be drug dependent? Who? Yeah, partially them. But ultimately, someone put them in that position. They left them no choice, no way out. And then once you're stuck there until you start getting the power of God within yourself and realize, just like my brother's done, and this is like his 4th or 5th time, but this time it's been 4 months that he's been sober. And now he's going to go back into surgery. Now this is the greatest test of his life. Because you know what? Now he's got to go back into the matrix, going to get major surgery. And what's the first thing that doctor's going to give him when he leaves the office? A bunch of pain meds and a shit ton of them. And this guy that's been doing so good for 4 months, where does this leave this young man? In a very tough position. One of the toughest positions. He's worried. He's sick, worried. He doesn't know how he's going to work this out. There's a reason why I'm here. I'm here to help him out. I love my brother with all my heart, and I am so proud of him. He's been a lifelong addict for a long time. He's lost his family. He's lost his wife. He's lost every relationship that he's had with his boys because of this addiction. The only person that's been a part of his life is me. I'm the only one in his whole and he's got 3 boys. He's got family members. I've got 3 other brothers. I've got a father that's still alive in Vermont that could give 2 shits about Brad. I've got brothers that live right in the same state as me that could give 2 shits about Brad. Where's Brad? Brad's with me. Because I love Brad. Now, I can't honestly say that we've been the best of friends all our lives. Me and Brad, out of all 3 of my brothers, have had the most knockout, drag-out fights, bloody fights. I'm talking drew in blood. Last man standing fights, me and my brother Brad that lives with me. Now, and you know what? He's my best friend. I would do anything for that man because you know what? He's shown dignity, respect, humility. I've seen a man at rock bottom. That man I've seen rock bottom. Coming to my house with a backpack and a dog. No place to go. In the wintertime. Knocking on my door. And the moment I saw him, I didn't want to answer the door. But I did. So, am I worthy of happiness? Is Brad worthy of happiness? Are the 3 in this chat right now worthy of happiness? Abso-fucking-lutely. We are all worthy of happiness. It's a gratitude to understand that there is at least one person that I know of in this world that gives a shit about you 3 in this chat, and my brother, and whoever else is in my circle. That's me. I hope after this conversation and this live video, I hope this goes to somebody that can actually think about themselves and how they can make a difference in someone's life. Being their enemy. My brother Brad was my enemy, guys. And that's no joke. We did not get along. But here I am, we're living under the same roof. Sharing the same food. Sharing everything together. So I'm going to leave this because of my testicle fortitude and my resilience, because no one can judge someone's heart and the size of their determination by the color of their skin, by who they look like, fat, thin, skinny, tall, glasses. You will never be able to judge a man's heart or a woman's heart and the courage that heart has until you experience the energy of that individual. Live the experience. Feel this energy and share it because you have the same energy. The power lies within every single one of us. And that's my job here, to show that you have the same light, that we have the power. And we can't let money, hatred, greed, disrespectful, the removal of my dignity, because you can't take dignity from anybody. And you'll never break me, ever. I'm an unbreakable soul. I'm the person that people should be coming and saying, hey, this dude right here is the real cat. Because I've had to remove so many people in my life, family members, throughout this process. Family members. My wife's mother and stepfather. Her father. Because people are so evil. Because they see who I am. And they see that I cannot be wavered. I can't be turned over. I can't be convinced. Because I stand hold in my own truth. I've taken so much slack in my life in the last 4.5 months. I have a son-in-law that is suffering cancer. He lived with me for 2.5 months. And he absolutely hates my guts. And I mean that. My daughter and him literally beat the shit out of me when Owen was just a year old. They beat me up. And I let them. And I let him live with me for 2.5 months. I'm not kidding. I love unconditional. And I take people's hatred and resentment and I turn it into stronger love. And it burns my heart on fire when I take people's negative hatred towards me and I turn it into love unconditionally. And I'm not joking. If only you guys could see me in person, that's who you'd really, that's when you'd really see who I am. These videos don't do me any justice. And people just come and nitpick it anyway for whatever they wanted to do for it. But that's irrelevant now too, because I'm taking that nitpicking and I'm turning it into love. So I've been on here for 32 minutes. It's ridiculous. But you can tell I got onto a rant that was supposed to be said. And I want to say Simple Meals by T-Blog. I truthfully, I love you with all my heart. And I see your soul. And you're a bright soul. And I see the love in you as I see in myself. I see beyond color, race, gender, size. I see only love. Thank you guys. And have a beautiful day. And you guys do whatever you want to do with this video. God has a great plan for it anyway. So I'm going to leave you with that. Sending love and light. And I'm hanging in there every day. You know I am. I have the biggest smile in the world, and there's a reason for it. It's because I'm being divinely guided by God. Or whatever you want to put the label on. My spirit angels. My ancestors. Whatever it is. I feel it. And I love you. And I thank you for it. Have a great day. See you later.